Something strange is going on right now that has the Los Angeles Lakers fans in an absolute frenzy. We're going to talk about what all the commotion is about and how it's going to ultimately impact the Los Angeles Lakers and the real reason why all of this is circulating across the internet. And welcome to Lakers Digest here, guys. My name is Hunter Pitcoffer. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. And while the Lakers have played their last game before the All-Star break, we're not taking a break here on this channel as we are making a push toward 15K, and a lot of you guys are new, tapping into our content. We appreciate the love, we appreciate the support, but with that being said, 90% of you guys watching over the last month are not subscribed. So if you're into what we're doing right now, you want to be kept up to date with everything going on here in the channel, with everything going on with your Los Angeles Lakers, stop what you're doing right now. Just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a dime. Before we get into today's video, because guys, I don't want to keep you waiting too much longer about what we're going to talk about here. It's some pretty crazy stuff. So actions speak louder than words. There's a saying out there, when people show you who they are, believe them, right? I always believe in the actions, not necessarily what people say, because that's ultimately going to tell you everything you need to know. And there's been some crazy stuff to look into. If you're someone who's really interested in going down those rabbit holes, you're really interested in kind of reading the tea leaves here, this is definitely going to be a video for you, because look at what Kyrie Irving just did on his X account. So I'm not 100% sure what it was before this, but he just changed his profile picture and his banner up top. Does anything stand out to you guys? Because at first you look at that and you're like, okay, it's just a profile picture. Like, who cares? But let's really look into the tea leaves here. Let's get a little bit of investigative journalism side here, because both of these photos have Laker colors in them. Both purple and gold. This one a little more yellow and reddish. He's got this little samurai look, is the logo on his head right there, his own personal logo. So Kyrie Irving just went out of his way to change both of those, coincidentally, to Laker colors. Interesting stuff. And on top of that as well, initially, it says here there was just a banner which had the purple and white text, but Irving also updated his profile picture, something reminiscent of the Lakers colors. Everyone knows Irving wanted to join the Lakers in 2023 when the Brooklyn Nets forcefully, I wouldn't say forcefully, but whatever, traded him to Dallas. Thankfully, Irving re-signed with the team on a 2+1 contract, which could be up this season if he opts out of making $43 million. So that is a very interesting point to make, guys, because Kyrie Irving ultimately has a lot of power this offseason. We know the Dallas Mavericks made the massive trade, sending Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis and Max Christie and a first-round pick. So, of course, Kyrie Irving was not involved in this decision, it seemed like, at all. And Kyrie Irving was blindsided, hoodwinked, like the rest of us, and is going to bring us to our next point here as well, guys, because Kyrie has a lot of ties to the Los Angeles Lakers, and the most recent one, of course, now is Luka Doncic, because these two guys are extremely close, as I have the wrong picture for you here. Kyrie saying after the trade that we, as in him and Luka, texted back and forth. I just let him know that regardless of how this NBA business shakes out, this is always bigger than that. We're loyal to each other's families. We had a lot of sacred conversations that went beyond the court. So Kyrie Irving telling us here that he is extremely close to Luka Doncic. We saw when Kyrie Irving was named as an all-star replacement to, ironically, Anthony Davis, who's going to be out for, it seems like, about a month now with an adductor injury, that Luka Doncic congratulated his, who he calls mi hermano, which, if you don't speak Spanish, means my brother. So these two guys are extremely close. And Kyrie Irving saying, when it's bigger than basketball, it's bigger than on the court. That just tells you that they're more than just teammates. Like, these guys are genuinely brothers. They care about each other. They're still talking to each other regularly. And it shows that Kyrie Irving, his heart is still with Luka Doncic. He's feeling the pain. This is someone who's been traded before at the deadline as well. Has left multiple teams. Not maybe in the same way Luka Doncic did, but he has Luka's back no matter what. We also know that LeBron and Kyrie, after they had a bit of a falling out when Kyrie forced his way out of Cleveland to go to the Boston Celtics, these two guys seem like they rekindled their relationship, and there were even rumors, like it said in that report, that Kyrie Irving was looking to go to the Los Angeles Lakers from the Brooklyn Nets, but then he got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. He got the new contract, and ever since then was clicking on all cylinders, went to the NBA Finals with Luka Doncic, but now he's going to have to play the rest of the season and beyond, perhaps, without his running mate in Luka Doncic. And on top of that as well, just to give you guys a third point, we all know that Kyrie Irving had a really special, close relationship with the late, great Kobe Bryant as well. So those are three players that either have played or are currently playing for the Los Angeles Lakers that Kyrie Irving has a special connection with. We know that Kobe Bryant is the face of the Lakers. In my opinion, he pretty much always will be. It's the house that Kobe built, the only player in NBA history to have two numbers retired with the same team, multiple statues outside Crypto.com Arena, and of course, we know what he means to be the face of Los Angeles and one of the greatest players of all time. And I think Kyrie Irving takes that relationship and takes that legacy extremely seriously with Kobe Bryant. So a few reasons why that Kyrie Irving has had the ties to the Los Angeles Lakers. But that brings us to our final point here, guys, as I'm clicking the wrong button. The real reason behind the profile changes. So, because we do want to read a little bit into the tea leaves here, guys. I want to cover all sides of this. We're not just going to say Kyrie Irving is going to be a Los Angeles Laker. It's going to require a lot. So Kyrie Irving right now is on a player option deal. So he was signed for the first 2 years. This upcoming offseason, he can decide whether he wants to opt into his contract, which is about $43.5 million. So if he opts in, that means Kyrie Irving will be a Dallas Maverick for the next season. If he opts out, he will be a free agent. So there's a few reasons why he can do it. One, Kyrie Irving, despite everything going on, he's actually having a terrific season for the Dallas Mavericks, averaging 24.5 points per game, shooting, I think, almost 40, 90 from the field, which is almost 50% from the field, over 40% from three, and I believe he's shooting close, if not right at 90% from the free throw line. So, again, he's 32 years old, will be 33 by the time the offseason comes around. So, Kyrie Irving could potentially just be changing all this stuff for a multitude of reasons. One, he might want a new contract, which is I think probably why, whether it's with the Dallas Mavericks or someone else. This could be him telling the front office, subliminally, hey, I can, on a string, kind of what he did with Dallas a couple years ago, I'll go to LA if you don't give me the contract I want. I'll go play with Luka again. I'll go play with LeBron. That could potentially be it, and that gives him more leverage. Again, he's having a great season, all-star caliber season. Now he is, the go-to player for the Dallas Mavericks right now, especially with Anthony Davis out. So Kyrie Irving could be telling the Dallas Mavericks front office, hey, I want more money. I want a contract extension this offseason. It's going to be probably the last big one that Kyrie gets before he ultimately hangs up the shoes and retires, which is crazy to think because I remember watching Kyrie back when he was in high school in New Jersey and back when he was playing ball at Duke. So it's crazy to think that I myself am getting a little bit older here, seeing Kyrie Irving doing what he's doing. But just nostalgic reasons aside, Kyrie Irving, this is the last big contract that he is going to have, or contract extension he can potentially have if he decides to opt out. It gives him a lot more leverage with the great season he's having on top of, trying to scare the Dallas Mavericks into signing him to a longer term deal here. Because we also don't know what the Dallas Mavericks want to do. Do they want to keep Kyrie Irving, or are they going to let him go and try to build around Anthony Davis and get a different set of players in here? I honestly have no idea where their head's at. And then, of course, guys, since many of you watching are Los Angeles Lakers fans, can they actually pull off this move and bring Kyrie Irving? Because now it gets a little more complicated with LeBron James and Luka Doncic now both here in L.A. So, as I show you guys here we go. So here's the payroll for the Lakers. Now, Alex Len's not on here right now, but he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. That won't affect the cap much. So in order for the Lakers to bring in Kyrie Irving, they're going to have to move some players out. So that could potentially mean getting rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. He does have a player option as well. I assume the Lakers actually might want to re-sign him to less money to keep him around long-term. I think that's realistically what they want to do because he's on the books for $15 million next year. If he opts into his deal, Dorian Finney-Smith does. but they might want to sign him to about 13 to 14 million per year, but for longer term, so he can stick around. This is someone who has played with Luka, super close to Luka. Would be a nice complimentary next to Kyrie. LeBron also said last offseason he would take less money if it meant bringing in good players. The Lakers could not do that, so he ended up just taking as much money as he could. But LeBron could potentially do that again as well to open up some cap space. It also means the Los Angeles Lakers might have to move off some pieces. Probably like an Austin Reaves, probably someone like Rui Hachimura, could be Gabe Vincent, could be any of these like guys making around, 11 to 17 million dollars. They probably would have to move off a couple of those guys in order to free up the cap space to go bring Kyrie Irving in. Also, they have an expiring deal, Maxi Kleber, as well, so they could potentially move him. He's on the books for about $11 million. The Lakers still have a first-round pick. They still have second-round picks that they could ultimately move as well to try to create some cap space to bring in Kyrie Irving. So it is possible. They could do it, but I guess the Lakers, are they willing to sacrifice that depth to go sign a guy in Kyrie Irving who is going to be 33 years old, and by the time they sign to a 3-ish plus type of deal, he's going to be, in his mid to late 30s. So I'm not sure the Lakers are going to want to do that, but it is an option that they have. But again, guys, just to show you this profile picture one more time for you, Kyrie Irving changing his profile picture as well as his banner to Los Angeles Lakers colors. Now, in grand scheme of things, it might not mean anything, but it is something to keep note of, as Kyrie Irving does have a big money decision. The Dallas Mavericks have a big money decision on whether Kyrie wants to commit long-term there, or if the Mavericks want to commit long-term to Kyrie and how much money they want to give. But let me know down below in the comments, should we look into this? Is this going to be something? Is Kyrie hinting towards something, or is he just sending a message to the Dallas Mavericks front office that he just wants more money and wants an extension? Or maybe this is just Kyrie just having some fun trolling online. That's also possible too. But again, guys, the push for 15K starts now. Hopefully, even by the time this video comes out, we can even be there. But either way, 90% of you guys are not subscribed to our channel right now. So if you want to keep up with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, stop what you're doing right now. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a dime. It doesn't cost you a dime. Reach that platinum status, as we will cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers here on Lakers Digest.